At this time, Vice President Thomas Finch will introduce our student speaker.
Good evening. Y'all look nice there, sitting in the front row. Are you happy you're graduating? Are you sure? Okay. You can stay a little longer. It's my new retention plan for tuition. Okay. Just kidding. This is a very special day for graduates, their families, and their friends. Congratulations to all members of the class of fall of 2016 for achieving your goal of a college education. Good luck in your future academic endeavors and your career. Each commencement, I have the distinguished honor to introduce a student speaker. I had the privilege of first meeting your speaker last night in the spring. My first thought was, this is one energetic young lady with a roadmap secured for her success. I then learned she also enjoyed running 8 to 10 miles a day for fun. Which made me scratch my head a bit. If I said I did that in the year when I was her age, I would be slightly exaggerating. Today, you hear many things about post-millennials, stereotyped as only using social media and technology to communicate. I find your speaker not quite fitting this mold. She is gregarious, caring, and focused. Her communication skills are well honed, and you can tell she generally enjoys interacting and helping others, especially in her role in the residence hall as a resident assistant. It's no surprise that upon graduating this spring, she plans to continue her education in chemical dependency, a field that helps those around her. It's my pleasure to introduce your student speaker and student member of the Board of Trustees, Ms. Regan Smith.
Good evening. I would like to start out by extending my gratitude to President McCoy, the Board of Trustees, administration, along with the faculty and staff for allowing me the opportunity to spend time with you this evening. It is an honor to be standing in front of you tonight as this year's student speaker. And with that, I would like to send my sincere congratulations. As a speaker this evening, it is my responsibility to send you off with lifelong inspirational advice. However, I'm 19 years old, I have $20 to my name, and I had ramen for breakfast this morning. I'm sure that some of you are older than I and wiser than I, but I wish to leave you with the best of my knowledge that I've acquired in my life so far. I wanted to start by sharing a quote with you that I find very genuine and true. Harriet Tubman once said, "Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember, you have within the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change the world." I'm sure during your time here at Jefferson Community College, at some point or another, you have encountered a time where you felt defeated, like you wanted to give up and that your frustration would never end. You sit here today, however, with your robes on, anticipating the moment where a diploma is placed in your hand and you walk across this exact stage. This very moment was accomplished by your strength, your patience, and passion you carried through the many challenges you have faced this year. Although you may not want to, remember that feeling of defeat. Without failure or challenges in your life, there can be little growth. Each one of us has had most likely had a time where we sat down and just thought to ourselves, is it really worth it? Shouldn't I just give up? Life is too hard. But instead, what we really should have been thinking is, what can I take away from this situation? There must be a reason as to why this occurred, and there must be a lesson to take away. There is, in fact, much more to college than going to class. What I mean to say is, there are many factors that play into our lives throughout our college career, particularly the challenges and failures we face. I have no doubt when a challenge arose, a thought had come to mind, what it could end in just a negative manner. But those thoughts of failure could be used to drive us. Some of us have had many smaller challenges, like learning how to do our own laundry, deciding when we've watched too much Netflix when we should be studying, or finding out the hard way when you have to put water in the mac and cheese cup. Yes, you may laugh, but it is true. I've seen this mistake happen more than once. Others may have more of a difficult problem in their life, like being homesick after having to move away from family and friends, struggling to find a babysitter in order to make it to class, balancing a job on top of coursework, and just understanding what it's like to live in a big world on their own. Remember that these trials and challenges were essential to the journey you took to get here today. Returning to what I said about encountering your challenges, at some point you have summoned the strength to overcome them by changing yourself in some way. In the medical field, there is a term known as metathesiophobia. This refers to those with a crippling fear of change. In a few moments, you will be walking across the stage in excitement, knowing that you have closed another chapter in your life and a new one is about to be opened. Tomorrow, you may find yourself waking up with a fear of the unknown because the journey you have known for some time has come to a close and you don't know what's coming next. As you move on to your next chapter, remind yourself of your challenges or failures. Think about how much they have helped you grow and change into the person you are now. Remember that at one point, you were afraid to come to the change and to come to JCC, and now you have conquered that stage of your life. The struggles you had went through on your way were worth it. Johnny Cash once said, "You build on failure. You use it as a stepping stone. Close the door on the past. You don't try to forget the mistakes, but you don't dwell on them either. You don't let it have any of your energy or any of your time, or any of your space. So stop dwelling on the fact that your laundry may have turned pink, or maybe that the fire alarms were set off because you forgot the water in your mac and cheese cup. Don't dwell on the frustrations you had once during that horrific math class you went to, or you overslept because you worked the previous night. It is now time to move on, and because today will be a memory, and tomorrow will be a greater opportunity. With that, I want to extend my congratulations and wish each and every one of you great success in whatever your new endeavors may be. It is now time to change the world and keep overcoming all of life's challenges. This is the time to stop worrying about the change and use what you have learned. I encourage you to never give up on your dreams, as well as to use your strength and passion. If you remember nothing else of what I have said today, I hope you can all recognize that you have amazing abilities that allow you to take on any task that is set before you. And finally, I leave you with this from Dr. Seuss himself. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You are on your own, and you know what you know. And you are the guy who will decide where to go. Congratulations, graduates.
Thank you, Regan. What a wonderful representative you are of our Jefferson students, and we're very proud of your accomplishments.